Investigating the effects of individual cognitive styles on collaborative gameplay. In multiplayer collaborative games, players need to continually work together to succeed as a team in accomplishing game objectives. This is achieved by players processing and exchanging information among team members through the game interface. In these collaborative games, players communicate and coordinate explicitly and implicitly through different verbal and nonverbal channels, such as voice or text chat, and virtual gestures and nonverbal cues. However, according to several socio-cognitive theories, people develop different cognitive styles that influence the way they process and exchange information. Thus, these differences could have an impact on their gameplay behavior and experience. In this work, we investigate the effects of cognitive styles on teams engaged in collaborative gaming activities. Central to collaboration is the concept of teams and teamwork. A team can be defined as a group of two or more actors who are assigned different roles and collaborate to achieve a shared goal. In teamwork, performance can be maximized when teams are able to organize their activities, synchronize their effort, communicate and coordinate effectively, and maintain shared mental model and situation awareness. People differ in the way they seek, represent, process, and retrieve information, depending on their cognitive characteristics, such as cognitive abilities, skills, and cognitive styles, which is the typical mood of thinking, remembering, or problem solving, and refer to the preferred way of processing information. Field dependence independence is the most prominent cognitive style regarding the perception dimensions of cognitive processing. FDI cognitive style is an established and validated single-dimension style that characterizes people as either field-dependent or field-independent, based on their ability to extract visual information in complex scenes. While prior research has shown that FD-style and FI-style players follow different strategies during single-player games, the impact of cognitive styles on collaborative gameplay is unexplored. Based on our study of prior literature on collaborative games and cognitive styles, we developed the following hypotheses. To test our hypotheses, we developed TechP, a two-player distributed multiplayer collaborative game. In the game, players must work together by communicating, planning, and annotating the game map and moving around the game world and manipulate objects to solve collaborative puzzles. To identify the effects of FDI cognitive style on collaborative gameplay, we conducted a mixed method between subject study with 27 dyads. We classified each player as FD style or FI style, formed three types of teams, FD-FD, FD-FI, FI-FI. We then asked each dyad to play the TechP game as our research artifact and evaluated their performance, cognitive load, player experience, and verbal and nonverbal communication. The study was carried out in an ecologically valid environment for gameplay, an internet games cafe. Our findings show that both FD, FI, and FI teams performed better as they completed the game in less time than FD teams. There were statistically significant differences in cognitive workload metrics between FI and FD teams in terms of mental demand, perceived performance, and frustration, and between FI and FD teams in terms of mental demand and perceived performance. FI teams navigated effectively in the game environment. However, FD teams struggled to complete the game objectives on time. FD-style players needed to communicate much more than FI-style players. However, FD-style players required more help and directions. So why do we care? Understanding and accommodating the differences in players' cognitive style help in reducing the gap between players and teams and can potentially support better collaborative gameplay and improve teamwork and in multiplayer games. We see this article as a starting point for research that investigates the impact of cognitive style on teamwork. Researchers can extend our work to other domains of teamwork, such as learning, disaster response, and esports, and further investigate the influence of other cognitive characteristics and human factors. More research connecting cognitive styles with teamwork will, in fact, be necessary to refine, confirm, and further elaborate our novel findings. Thank you to all our amazing collaborators on this project. Thank you.